Which celeb do you know of who shot himself but ended up surviving and building his thriving music legacy? Keep watching to find out. Okay, so life is often unpredictable and crazy, right? Well, sometimes things get so crazy that someone ends up shooting themselves or someone else, or multiple people. Well, we hate that things escalate to the point where someone gets hurt, and honestly, we're not sure why or how these things happen. But today, we wanted to talk about major celebs who have been shot in their lifetime. Before we dive in and discuss, go ahead and click subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll never miss out on our future videos. And give this video a thumbs up if one of your favorite superstars bounced back after being shot. Here we go! Friends, let's talk about David Ortiz. The retired baseball star formerly played for the Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. Well, in 2019, David Ortiz was shot while at a bar in Santo Domingo in his native country, the Dominican Republic. He was rushed to the hospital and luckily survived the single shot to his back, which had actually wounded him pretty badly. So we're thinking, okay, hopefully the shooter was brought to justice and had to pay for his actions, since they found out pretty quickly that it was a hit job. Not really. There was this whole mix-up that was pretty shady, honestly. So they got a suspect into custody, but then the Dominican Attorney General released a statement saying Ortiz was shot by accident, and that the paid hit job was meant for someone else. Huh? Well, the facts of the case seem to have been constantly changing, so we're not really sure whether that statement contained a shred of truth in it. We don't have to imagine how much of a genius Johnn Lennon was, since his legacy lives on through his music and his style. Friends, the Beatles member influenced millions of people, and the irony of the whole thing is that he was shot and killed by someone posing as a mere fan. Yes, he signed an autograph for a man, Mark David Chapman, and there's even a picture of the two of them, one of the last known pictures of John Lennon. Well, Chapman later returned to the Dakota Hotel in New York, where Lennon was living at the time, and waited for the star to exit the building, at which point he shot him 4 times in the back. Despite the police and paramedics' best efforts, Lennon unfortunately didn't pull through, and the world lost a legend due to a swift, cowardly act carried out by Chapman. We have to talk about Weezy F Baby, or Tunechi, or Lil Wayne, as most people know him by. Well, friends, we hear heartbreaking stories of rappers getting shot due to gang violence, jealousy, miscommunication, or straight-up drama that leads to a drive-by, but this is a totally different situation. Lil Wayne, at 12 years old, was not in fact shot by someone else at all. Now, why there was a loaded gun lying around for a child to pick up truly beats me. Well, for years he claimed that it was just an accident, that he didn't realize there was 1 bullet left that shot him in the chest, which almost ended his life. But in more recent years, the rapper has actually come out and admitted indirectly through songs and directly through interviews that it was actually a suicide attempt.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself.
And that he hopes others who are going through a similar situation can find comfort knowing that there's more to life. Can you imagine if the rap superstar hadn't gone on to produce all of that music? Well, regardless, we're glad he pulled through and was able to continue living his life. So, we know that most of the legends on this list made full recoveries, except John Lennon, rest in peace. But we wanted to talk about one of the most famously known rappers ever who was shot and killed. And there are so many questions and concerns surrounding his death. Yes, you're probably thinking of Tupac, and you'd be right. Well, friends, Tupac was shot on more than one occasion. He actually survived being shot in New York in 1994 when a gunman attacked and robbed him at a recording studio that he was at. Yeah, he survived. But unfortunately, the rapper wasn't meant to live a long and prosperous life, although his music is definitely still being played today. In 1996, he was being driven through Las Vegas after watching a huge Mike Tyson fight. Well, the windows were rolled down and another car pulled up next to his, and the gunman shot him 4 times. Although he was rushed to the hospital and treated as quickly as the doctors and surgeons could muster, Tupac unfortunately didn't make it, and after 6 days of fighting for his life, he died from internal bleeding. But there are so many conspiracies out there about what really happened to Tupac. Some people believe he's still alive and being stored in a safe house, and others believe that he was shot by a loved one. Tell us, friends, what conspiracies have you heard of or believe in about the rap superstar and the rumors surrounding his death? Definitely let us know in the comments. Things just get weirder and weirder from here on out. Ready for this? Andy Warhol was a major influencer of art and artistic expression, and his work spread like wildfire throughout the 1960s. But friends, the story of him getting shot is absolutely insane. The culprit? Super duper radical feminist Valerie Solanas. Now, don't get scared of the word feminist, that just means equal, yes, equal rights for women and men. But we put the word radical in front of it because, let's be honest friends, Miss Solanas was absolutely cuckoo, like a total nutjob. She published a manifesto called SCUM, which stands for Society for Cutting Up Men. Terrifying. Lady, no, you don't represent us. Nobody believes in your weird theories. Well, despite her bonkers views, she didn't actually shoot Warhol because he was male. She shot him because she had given him a piece of writing 2 years prior that he had then lost in the shuffle. Bonkers, like I said. Well, luckily, after all of that, Andy Warhol pulled through after undergoing surgery. Whew. We honestly don't know how someone who promotes peace, love, harmony, and literally bringing together all of humanity through one love and one heart can be the target of someone's hate. Literally the opposite of the point he's trying to make. But Bob Marley indeed took a bullet. The reggae legend was in the middle of rehearsing for a concert to try and spread the message of peace during a time of political unrest. Well, 2 unknown gunmen didn't particularly like him touting principles of peace. Yeah, I don't get it either, and seemed to think he was taking political sides. So they broke into his home and shot him, his wife, and his manager. They all made full recoveries, thankfully, but the most insane aspect of it all, he actually performed at that concert 2 days after being shot, saying that the people trying to make the world a worse place aren't taking a day off. So how could he? So beautiful. And he got up on stage despite there being no leads on who committed the crime, so they could have come back to finish the job. But his bravery continued to promote peace and harmony. Ugh, we need more Bob Marleys in the world. If you like music, chances are you've heard one of 50 Cent's many, many hit records. I mean, I grew up listening to Candy Shop and Lil Bit, which I probably shouldn't have been listening to at 11 years old, but that's neither here nor there. 50 Cent has been shot multiple times and has survived it all. He was shot a bunch of times through the car window while in Jamaica visiting his grandmother back in 2000. And when we say a bunch of times, we mean hands, legs, face, yeah, all over. It was said that a rival label had hired the hitman to take out the rapper for calling them out on their criminal activities. But friends, how lucky was he to live and continue to bring us great music? And so much of that music is about that very shooting. Friends, there you have it. Major celebrities who have been shot. Some pulled through and some didn't make it. Tell us, which of these do you think is the wildest situation? And do you know of other celebrities who have been shot that we didn't include here? Leave us a comment below. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you more juicy info, gossip, and speculation about the shows and stars you know and love. Until next time!